my name is Emily and welcome to my YouTube channel called Tracking Ed. This is my first ever YouTube video, so I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but I am so excited to start using this platform and to talk to you about my life and about travel and anything else I'm thinking about. For my first video, I wanted to share with you how you can save $25,000 or however much money to go fulfill your dreams. In 2017, 2 years ago, I embarked on a 6-month gap year round the world trip. I had just finished school and I was so excited to start exploring the world around me. Of course, this was not cheap. I spent about a year and a half saving up $25,000 to be able to do this. Today I want to share with you 25 tips for how you can do the same thing. As a little disclaimer, I just want to let you know that at this time when I was saving, I was 18 years old and I was living at home with my parents. I was fortunate enough that they were able to cover a lot of my living costs, so there were things that I didn't have to worry about or pay for. This may not be your circumstance and I understand that, and for that reason it may take longer to save this amount of money. But I think all these tips I'm about to share can apply to everybody's situation in life. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. Number 1, you cannot save money, no matter how much money you want to save, whether it's $5, $5,000 or $50,000, unless you have a clear goal of why you're doing it. You must write down the reason behind wanting to save this amount of money. What is your intention and what is the purpose? When things get difficult and you're sick of sacrificing things to reach this goal, remind yourself of why you're doing it in the first place. Number 2, if you don't have one already, get a job or have a stream of reliable income. When I was saving money so I could go travel around the world, I was working 2 casual jobs, one in retail and one in hospitality. They brought money in and that was the most important thing. If you're working casually, ask if you can pick up shifts wherever you're able to. My third tip is to earn a little extra cash by selling stuff. I'm talking about clothes, household goods, books, whatever it might be that you've got lying around. If you haven't used it in 6 months, get rid of it. No questions asked, you don't need it in your life. You will be thankful that A, you've got rid of a bunch of stuff that you don't actually need, and 2, by doing this, you can enjoy the rewards. Number 4 is to create another stream of income impossible in the form of offering services to family and friends in exchange for cash. If you have a skill such as social media marketing or even just cleaning, tell people that you have a really big goal that you're working towards and you'd love to offer them your skills in exchange for some money. You'll be surprised how many people are willing to help. Number 5, as I mentioned before, the more income streams the better. Think of other ways that you can earn a little bit of extra money. It could even be Uber driving. It could be selling lemons in the street. It doesn't matter. Just make sure there's as much money as possible flowing into your bank account. Number 6, before you receive the money in your account or your paycheck from work, set your ideal budget. Allocate expenses and stick to it. This may involve just opening up notes on your phone and putting it into percentages and allocating those expenses to where they need to go. You may put 60% in your savings account or however much is reasonable for you, and then you write down everywhere else that your money is going to go. Make sure you stick with this. Another great thing to do is to set up automatic payments when cash comes into your account. That way you don't have to worry about it and you know that it's going where it needs to go rather than you spending it on something that doesn't need to be spent on. Number 7 is a little bit painful. Print out your credit card statements and your bank statements. Go through and highlight everything you're spending on and see where your weaknesses are. Where is too much money going towards? Is it coffee? Is it clothes? Is it eating out? Notice the patterns and see how you can rectify them. Number 8 is to set up a high interest savings account. About a year ago, I set up my first savings account with MeBank, which is just one example in Australia, but they offer high interest savings account, which means as it builds up, more money will even be added to it. This is a really good thing to check out wherever you live. Number 9 is a bit old school, but have a coin tin. Collect your old change if it's not being used, and once again, you will be surprised how quickly these coins add up. Plus, it's super satisfying to go to the bank and deposit into the coin change and you get all this money put into your bank account. Number 10, I spoke about how good my living situation was at the time of saving. But if you're not lucky enough to have that situation, think about how maybe you could change your living situation. Is your rent super inflated? Can you move into another share house? Can you downsize? Can you even move back home or cut other expenses like power and utilities to save a little bit of extra money? Number 11, can you change your transportation situation? When I was saving money, I didn't own a car, and this can be a major expense in life. So a way to help this situation is to drive less. Catch a bus once a week to work or ride your bike elsewhere. Or if that's not possible, try and find where you can buy cheaper fuel, or even carpool with some of your mates to social things, or with workmates to where you're employed. You won't just be helping your bank account, but you will be helping the environment as well. For number 12, we're heading into the food section. Food can be such a major expense in life, and when you're traveling. If you do cook for yourself, one of the best things to do is to make extra at dinner time and pack that to take to work to lunch the next day. Tip number 13 is to be intentional about how often you eat out. When I was saving money, especially in that last 6 months before leaving, I would only buy one meal out per week. Number 14, set a limit of drinks per week as well. For me, this was also limited down to one per week. Even question cups of coffee. You hear it all the time, but every little bit does really count. Number 15, if alcohol is a problem for you, or not even a problem, but you just really love a good expensive cocktail, swap it for water. Your bank account will thank you, and so will your health. Number 16 is if you get sick, try a little bit of a DIY home remedy. I know when I get the flu, one of the magical things that always tends to fix me is just a hot lemon and honey drink. Or if you also just need some pampering, DIY that as well. Make your own face mask or do your own nails, girls. Number 17 is to get into the mindset whilst you're saving that everything you purchase must be able to be carried on your back or in your suitcase. Do not make any materialistic purchases if you're not taking it away with you or if it's not extremely necessary. And the things that you do buy that are materialistic, consider buying them secondhand. Last year I went to Canada for a few months to visit my brother. I knew I was going to be skiing and I knew I wanted a new GoPro. My old one had carked it. So I decided to buy one secondhand off a local ad listing and it works perfectly. Number 18 is sometimes when you're saving, your social life can seem deprived, but it doesn't have to be. Tell your friends and family what you're doing and you'll be surprised. There are so many things you can do with them to have fun that doesn't involve money. I'm talking about picnics in the park or clothes swaps or have a Mexican night at your house, whatever it may be. Save some money, invite your friends over or go out cheaply. I guarantee you're still going to have a great time. 19, cancel any unused subscriptions. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Number 20, the things that you really want to still have subscriptions for. I'm talking about Netflix and Spotify, which I know I can't give up. Use student discounts if you can take advantage of them. Sometimes they also have discounts for if you're under 30. Use this service so you can save a little bit of money. 21, Christmas and birthday times can become really expensive. So if you're celebrating someone's birthday, instead of purchasing them a gift, ask if there's anything practical and helpful that you can do for them instead. This might mean moving their house or painting a wall or helping them clean out their cupboards. Whatever it might be, give something practical instead of something materialistic. People will be so grateful for your help, and in exchange you'll save a little bit more money. Tip number 22 is that there will always be other people in your life that have saving goals just like you do. Keep each other accountable, update them on your progress and get updates on how they're doing as well. Encourage each other through this process, especially on those days when you really just want to splurge on something that you know you shouldn't. Accountability is key. However, for number 23, I do believe that it's important to reward yourself when you hit certain benchmarks. If you've aimed to save $10,000 in a year and you've done that, then go and treat yourself. Go away for a weekend, go out for a really nice meal at a restaurant, whatever it is that you love, go out and enjoy life. Because saving money is good, but it can be hard at times. And when you've reached a goal, it's important to celebrate and enjoy life because you never know when it might be over. Also, these rewards don't necessarily have to cost money. It could just mean going to the beach or going to the library to rent out a few books. Whatever makes you happy, do that. Number 24 is before you make any purchase, ask yourself, will this get me closer to your goal? If it is no, put it back. And number 25, finally, go back to step number 1 and review your goal. Remember why you're doing all of this in the first place to keep going. I promise you will get there. If you're in the right mindset, you will surprise yourself how much money you can save when you're devoted and committed and you know that you really want something. Before you know it, you'll be cruising in Europe, or you'll be in your new house, or you'll be driving your new car. Whatever it is, I'm so excited to see you achieve your goal. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed my first video, and I hope these tips have been really helpful for you. Look out for new videos on my channel every Wednesday. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and have a great day wherever you are in the world.